maybe I'm just not brushed up on the lore, but Black Noir is a regenerative character, right? Like that's his whole shtick.
Yeah.
Why does taking out like his heart just like can he just regen a heart? Like like is it crazy for me to theorize that he does make a comeback in the show?
Like, do we ever see a funeral for Black Noir?
We never see a funeral, and we never see his dead body. All we see is him rip out the heart, and then he falls. And that's the last scene we've seen of Black Noir. Like, is it crazy to think that
Holy fuck.
Welcome back to the No Script Pod. Today we're talking about Season 5, Episodes 1 and 2 of The Boys. First, I wanted to start off with a moment of silence for our boy A-Train. Rest in peace to A-Train, so go ahead.
How many seconds?
Go a little 5 seconds.
All right, just 5 seconds. 5 seconds, okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, now he's dead. Now that we're done with him.
God damn it.
We are done with A-Train. But what's your thoughts on so far of Season 5?
I got a hot take, potentially. Episode 1 of Season 5 is the best opener of The Boys season yet.
I agree. I will say, though, that Episode 2 is pretty lackluster to me, I will say.
What?
Episode 1 is so good that when because I rewatched it, I realized not much quite happened in Episode 2. Nothing like quite as shocking as Episode 1. It's pretty standard. It's pretty like, we got this plan, Soldier Boy comes in, and we just perform the plan on him instead. But I wouldn't say like Episode 2 had too many crazy shocking moments like Episode 1.
No, not really. But one thing I did like about both of these episodes is pretty much everything that was in this episode was the entirety of the trailer. So not much has been spoiled.
Yeah, I did watch the trailer after the fact. I didn't watch it before I watched the first 2 episodes, but there were a couple things I did know. Like, I think there was like a scene where Ryan has his eyes glowing or whatnot. And so
I mean, that's to be expected.
Right.
Like, we're going to see
There's
Ryan,
like a couple flash scenes where I haven't seen them yet. But for
the only thing that really ruined it for me, the trailer, is we see that scene where Homelander and Soldier Boy are walking together that we didn't see in either of the first 2 episodes. So we know that Soldier Boy.
Yeah, I had no idea he was coming back.
Once I saw them study, like zooming in on his body, I knew he was alive.
Yeah, 100%.
Favorite moments from Episode 1?
That's a tough one, honestly. I wouldn't say I have many favorite moments. I just think that the whole thing was so good. Like, I'm just I'm into the story itself. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole tumor butchered thing. Like,
why is
it's kind of cool, but it kind of, I don't know. It's almost doing too much with what made Butcher so cool. Like, he was just a guy. He was just a guy that was just taking on soups.
Yeah, I mean, that only lasts so long, though. Like, as Homelander gets more and more vicious, what's stopping him from killing Butcher if Butcher doesn't have some sort of defense?
That's true. But maybe they could have gone the route of he outsmarted Homelander. Like, he's just so, like, a Batman route.
He still is outsmarting Homelander. I think Homelander is still by far more powerful than Butcher and could kill him.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite scene or moment is the boys coming to save Huey. And
actually, I was just about to say that now that I think about it. That's probably my favorite scene.
That's aura.
Yeah, that was a great scene. But it's like, also, I love the humor in the show, because like one of my favorite moments is when Homelander was like, and you didn't tell me this one's nickname was Mother's Milk. And he licks his lips. Like, Homelander is so hilarious.
Yeah.
And one character I do want to say, like, I hated at first, and I told you I hated him, but that was before I kept watching the Season 4 and 5, The Deep. I like The Deep. I think he brings, like, for the show, not as a kid, like, I don't like him, but I think he brings a bunch of comedy that I actually laugh out loud at. Like, his whole thing with the octopus, one, weird, it grosses me out sometimes, but hilarious. Like, the dialogue between him and the octopus, or like in this season, whenever he's doing the manosphere stuff with Noir, and like he has like the commercial where he's like tanning his taint or something like that. Like all that stuff is hilarious. I love that stuff. So,
but he's like he's a pretty useless character in the grand scheme of things.
100%.
He is just comedic relief for the most part.
Literally.
Probably the hardest I've laughed in the entirety of the show is that episode when him and his gills are singing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Bro, that shit was so funny.
Yeah, that scene kind of it kind of like gave me the heebie-jeebies, honestly, but it is pretty funny. And he's just funny as a whole, and so is Black Noir, which is another interesting character, because it's like, is it the same one as season 4, Black Noir?
I don't think so. I think they're going to do something with that. I think he's the same character now, but I think there will be a point when someone cosplays as Black Noir to betray Homelander. And I think it will be Soulja Boy.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I was wondering, is something going to happen to this new Black Noir where he gets cut up or burned and he can't speak anymore and he just turns into the next Black Noir? Or maybe I'm just not brushed up on the lore, but Black Noir is a regenerative character, right? Like that's his whole shtick.
Yeah.
Why does taking out like his heart just like, can he just regen a heart? Like, like, is it crazy for me to theorize that he does make a comeback in the show? Like,
do we ever see a funeral for Black Noir?
We never see a funeral, and we never see his dead body. All we see is him rip out the heart, and then he falls. And that's the last scene we've seen of Black Noir. Like, is it crazy to think that
holy fuck,
that he's in a that he's potentially in a cryo?
Or imagine Black Noir comes back and joins the boys.
Or my theory is that what if he already did? What if this is the old Noir?
I don't think that's possible because Homelander can see
through
under his mask, so he would know if it's him.
That's true. And I guess when you talk about that, like, how did in the comics he not know that he was a clone? Couldn't he have seen, or was the suit made of copper or whatever?
Zinc is his thing. I'm not sure how he didn't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not really. I mean, the comic is bad.
Yeah.
So
it might
they maybe just didn't even explain it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I hope he comes back because I love Black Noir.
I do.
But I also, even if it isn't him, what he's bringing now is still hilarious, I think. Like him being silent and the sticks that they can pull with that, with like the manosphere. He's like the technical guy that doesn't speak.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool because I think they're going the route. The entire arc of the story is Homelander can't make anybody love him.
Right.
Everybody that's decent to him is only decent to him because they're afraid of him.
Yeah.
And everybody that's not afraid of him hates him.
Right.
So I think they're going the arc of eventually everyone turns on Homelander.
100%.
Yeah. So I think it'd be cool if Black Noir came back and joined the boys. I think Soulja Boy will probably turn on Homelander because he knows that Homelander set him up.
Yeah. One, that, but also is he going to be more mad that the boys killed him, basically, like they knowingly used that poison on him, the virus, or are they going to be more? Is he going to be more mad at Homelander?
Yeah, I mean, I would think
for setting him up.
At least from my point of view, it's like the boys just defended themselves. Homelander actively betrayed him.
Not only actively betrayed him, but he also is really the only threat that probably Soulja Boy sees to him being number one. Because I just thought it was weird that Soulja Boy was so okay with following orders and being like, okay, he's going to be number 2 as long as he does this little deed for me. It's like, I don't know. It just seemed like
I think he want to get back in the light. I don't think Soulja Boy is as infatuated with fame as Homelander.
That's true.
He probably wants to live a luxury life.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think that Soulja Boy really has a beef with Homelander.
No.
Like his whole thing when they first brought him back is he wants to kill all of his old team members. And the boys were like, okay, we'll lead you to him if you kill Homelander for us.
Right.
So he doesn't really,
he just had a deal. Yeah. But now he has beef.
Yeah.
Now he actually has beef.
He should. But the trailers have showed us that he's going to align with Homelander again.
Yeah, but is it a farce? Is it part of a master plan?
Is he
and
secretly working with the boys?
Right. But I guess this brings up another character I want to talk about. You say you don't like this character, is Sage, or you told me you didn't like her.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I had a question of why don't you like her now that I know who she is? But two, do you think that she's secretly like a secret agent to ruin the Seven, and that is her masterful plan? She's confusing Homelander that the ultimate goal is to get him to prosper or whatnot. But really, they're falling apart. The entire Seven is falling apart. Is her master plan that she's actually maybe not on the boys' side, but more like a CIA undercover sort of thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, just has her own goals and is not out for actually protecting Homelander.
It would depend on the plan, because Homelander approaches her. She doesn't approach Homelander.
Yeah. But maybe she sees an opportunity.
Yeah.
And she's the smartest woman alive. She can come up with a plan.
I think maybe she turns on him. As for why I don't like her, I mean, she's not a likable character.
Yeah, but I think she's cool. Like, I like the mastermind thing.
She's like one of those characters that's like, just one of those fictional characters that's like, man, I'm so smart, I already thought of this.
Right.
But when you actually think about it, it's like, it's no fucking way she knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, how did she know Butcher was going to kill Newman?
Yeah.
You know, how does she know all this shit that happens?
Right. I mean, smartest woman alive, I guess.
It's like her thing is being like, yeah, I mean, I knew that was going to happen. Yeah. But like, come on.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's just more like, it's almost like she can actually foresee and computate Doctor Strange type things, where it's like, I can foresee every scenario and what's probably most likely to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something
but
like
I mean, it's very coincidental that Butcher kills Newman. Because the boys aren't even capable of it until Butcher starts to work with the tumor. She has no idea.
She has no idea that Butcher has the tumor.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
it is a stretch that she would say that she knew that was going to happen. It was probably she just realized right away that there's another opportunity with this. It's not necessarily she knew it was coming, but there's an easy exit route, so to say.
Now let's get back on our boy, man. A-Train.
Yeah.
Before I get into that, though, I do want to say something, man. It's very ironic that the only two members of the 7 that Homelander has killed has both been black.
Well, who's the other one?
Black Noir and A-Train.
Yeah, that's true.
But, man, how the fuck did Homelander catch A-Train?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, I mean, you see him go into Flash time, so to say, if you've seen the CW Flash or whatnot. And then after that, he basically gets what happens to every speedster, is they have to dumb him down in order for them to lose. It's like everybody's biggest complaint with the Flash TV show is that he's super OP in some scenes, and then he's like, he loses to like the dumbest thing ever. And it's like, why couldn't you do this, what you did 3 episodes ago to escape this like random, side villain or whatever. So I think it ultimately comes down to that, but I guess the way they could explain it in the way that they explained it in the Flash TV show is that the speedster can only do that super slow-mo speed for a certain amount of time before he's depleted of energy, and then at that point he can't go back into it, and then it's just the energy is just lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. It's like saying, well, why couldn't he bench press 500 pounds on the 10th set? He did it on the first one. That's how I guess they would explain it. Yeah. And that's the logic.
But I think what I find interesting is that like this is by far A-Train's best speed feat.
Oh, easily.
It's like, why even include it if you're going to? Because I mean, before this feat, it's believable that Homelander could catch A-Train.
Right.
But after seeing this feat, it's like it's no fucking way Homelander can catch A-Train.
I think it's just like, what the writers were doing with that is they were just like, we know we're about to kill him in about 2 minutes and 45 seconds, so we're going to give him the greatest scene he's ever had.
Yeah, I think it's like one of those, like, let's end the debate. Because there has been a debate, like, is A-Train faster than Homelander?
Right. Yeah. And at peak, he's faster. But I guess it's like, after he uses his turbo mode and doesn't have any energy, then he can be caught.
Yeah.
But I do think it's just typical speedster writing. I think that's what it dumbs down to. It's like you can't write a speedster without either having them super OP the entire time, or you have to dumb them down whenever you want them to lose as the writer. I guess you have to do it with every superhero, but speedsters specifically are like the most blatant of them all.
To be honest, if you omit that time-free scene and you just have A-Train save them the normal way, then you don't even have to worry about this.
Literally, like if he just like came in and swooped in like he normally does and saved Huey or saved everybody, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. It would have been very believable. It's the whole
but it's like this guy just perceived Homelander's lasers moving like a few inches every second, and now they're like
I think it's also just about the writers trying to create memorable scenes. Like that's a scene that is memorable because it's only been done in, Quicksilver and the X-Men or whatnot. And everybody loves those scenes. Like those scenes are everybody's like, oh, this is like one of the coolest moments.
Yeah.
It's literally the coolest thing that speedsters do.
It's pretty cool.
So I think it just comes down to that. It's just you can't have perfect writing, especially with superhero shows.
God damn it,
like
man.
Power level is just hard to balance.
R.I.P. A-Train.
Yeah, R.I.P. A-Train, man. One thing I wanted to talk about was the introduction of Kamiko's voice.
Yeah, what about it?
I don't like it. I think she should go back to sign language.
I don't like it.
It's almost like Uncanny Valley. Did you get that? Like when you were watching it, I was like, one, it's not normal for her, but also two, it's like her voice, it was like almost like a mouse talking. Like her voice didn't command presence to where I was like, because before I was watching it, it reminded me of a movie we had seen where there was I think it was Primate, and you made a joke or whatever that during the movie that, man, I wish they wouldn't have had this. They should just have the person talk. Like, why do we got to watch this person do sign language? And so I was watching The Boys, and I was just laughing. I was thinking, Joel probably hates the fact that we had to watch sign language or whatnot. And then I heard her voice, and I was like, you know what? She should go back to sign language because this is. I think
it's funny.
It is.
Because she's like an assassin. She got the sweetest voice ever.
Her lines are basically Butcher's lines. Like it's vulgar, but it's like her sweet voice. It is funny, but I don't know. I found her scenes whenever she was doing sign language were much more powerful, mostly because they were more emotional scenes. But
I feel like the acting is a little too over dramatic when she's doing this. I like the voice. I like the talking. Just let her talk.
I like the sign language, honestly. I fuck with that.
If you're going to give anybody sign language, give it to Butcher. Because I don't know what the fuck Butcher be saying, bro. I'm just moving on vibes, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just taking the context of the situation. Like, okay, Butcher said something about what's going on, but I don't know
it's a whole bunch of Australian fucking words.
I don't be knowing what the fuck Butcher be talking about,
bro. This should be hilarious.
If I could get it, I'd laugh. Yeah. But I'm like, man, what?
Yeah. That shit. I can't. I mean, I couldn't like say any lines because they're so outrageous. Like I don't have any off the top of the dome, but I do recognize pretty much everything he's saying. And every time I'm laughing. He is easily the most funny character in the show.
I need a translator.
You said after watching the first 2 episodes, you ride in with Butcher more than ever before.
Absolutely.
And I'm thinking
100%.
Yeesh, I don't know. I mean,
first of all, Homelander is vicious. Like the most vicious we've ever seen him.
Yeah.
Like he's killing people left and right for no reason. He kills a little reporter guy, and then he kills everybody in Huey's like camp. Seeing those 2 scenes is like, man, this guy's unhinged.
Yeah.
Butcher kills like nobody. Like maybe his dad. We don't actually see it.
That was pretty fun scene. I like that scene.
And I'm like, man, who's rooting against this guy?
Yeah, I mean,
saying like Butcher is so fucked up that I don't want him to kill Homelander or all the suits. Like I think Starlight said it best: 10,000 suits to save 8 billion people.
Yeah, but I mean, Huey is like, don't be like Butch.
Yeah,
Huey's trying to pull Starlight back from that line of thinking.
Man, Homelander should have killed Huey. because I'm so tired of his ass.
Same, honestly.
I feel like he gonna get in the way of the final mission, man.
But I think that's, if they're going the comic book route, that is what they're, you know what I'm saying?
To be honest, though, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
This hot right here.
Mm-hmm.
I think who Huey is actually gonna have to kill is Starlight.
Holy cow. If they do that, actually, that would be insane.
I think because Starlight is like also following that Butcher route.
But don't you think at the end of episode 2, they kind of complete that? I felt like it was more like a Starlight mini arc. And at the end of episode 2, it was Huey bringing her back to like good girl, Starlight.
I mean, we've been doing the same thing with Butcher though for like the entire show.
Yeah.
Like he hates Soups, then he saves him, then he hates him again.
But do you think, I feel like Starlight has always been a nice girl, and she's had a 2-episode arc of being a bad girl. I'm like Butcher. But this is not her normal.
I think she's really gotten to the point of whatever it takes now. Because you gotta think, the episode begins with her leaking the plane video and it does nothing. Like nobody even cares. They say it's AI.
Right.
They sweep it under the rug. So it's like, man, what are our options? We really do have to kill Homelander by any means necessary.
I think that's probably the most logical, but I don't think that that's what the route they're going to take. I think they're clearly setting up she had a 2-episode bad boy arc, and that Huey is the light and shining. He's the light of positivity that's going to bring her back from being so depressed or whatever.
But I think, man, really, Butcher is the most selfless guy in the show now. Because he's still willing to kill all the Soups, even though he's a Soup now.
Yeah.
Like the virus will probably kill him too.
Yeah. I mean, it is that, but also, is it selfless in the fact that, like, he wants, like, at the end of season 4, he was so down and out, basically, that he wanted to die. So is it selfless if you already want to die?
He wanted to die?
Or he felt like he deserved to die?
I didn't get that out of that.
Well, I think, even in these new episodes, he's saying that basically he's like, guys like me and you, speaking to his dad, don't deserve to be buried with these good people. He's basically saying he deserves to die.
Well, I think he does believe that, but I don't think he wants to. I think he wants to kill Homelander.
Yeah, I think he wants to kill Homelander too. But I just don't know if it's as selfless as like, oh, he's like the guy who doesn't want to die at all. Like, I feel like he probably wouldn't mind.
I feel like he wants to live.
But at the end of season 4, though, I was not on Butcher's side.
What?
Because he killed, what's her name, as they were about to make a good deal. They were about to make a really good deal.
No.
And he killed her.
She was 100% going to betray the boys at some point.
You don't know that.
I'm very glad that Butcher rips her apart.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't know. Right in front of her daughter.
Yeah. Butcher, man, you got to understand something about Butcher. Butcher is going to do the shit that has to be done, but nobody else wants to do it. You need a guy like that.
That scene really differentiates him from Batman, because Batman would never do that.
Well, Batman doesn't kill.
Well, one, that.
That's literally the only reason why.
And 2, like, he would never do that in front of the child.
Wrong.
Wrong.
You ever seen that episode of Batman, the animated series? Batman breaks into a guy's house. He's interrogating him. He's beating the shit out of him. The kid is there, like, cowering in the corner. Robin tells him, not now, and Batman pushes Robin off.
Holy.
He 100% would.
I mean, maybe not kill then.
I mean, he just doesn't kill. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But killing in front of the kid, I don't know if I can get with Butch on that.